All right, boys and girls. The one other method I am going to show you is something called plug and chug. So this is not a technical method that one would normally learn. All it really is a test-taking strategy. So you're going to be giving the maze that said it has like frogs and little creatures and dogs around it. And then you're going to be given this sheet that you definitely need to use showing all of your work. I'm going to work you through the first one or two of these problems. You will see that this is pretty easy. So as you go through the maze, you know how there's certain ways that you can go. So if you look at the first one, I don't have the maze in front of me, so I'm just using paper and pencil. But the first equation that you have is y equals 3x plus 1 or y equals x plus 5. Now, if you had a graph, you could definitely use this and just put it right on a graph because they're both in the correct formation of that y equals mx plus b. But you have, if you look at your actual maze, you have two options for the way that you can go on the maze. You can either go to 7, 5 or 2, 5. So in order to do plug and chug, it is what it exactly is you're going to take the answers they're giving you and you're going to see which one works. So you literally need to take one of the first answers. So I'm going to take 7, 5, and I'm going to try to plug it in. Remember, 7 is my x and 5 is my y. Okay? So I'm going to plug them into the first equation. So if I have y is 5 equals 3 times my x, which is 7, plus 1. Okay? So all I did was plug in x and y where x and y is in the first equation. From there, I'm going to just go ahead and solve it out. 3 times 7 is 21, and 21 plus 1 is 22. And I'm bringing that 5 down because there's nothing to do on the left-hand side. All right, so now you're going to ask yourself, does 5 equal 22? Of course not. 5 doesn't equal 22. So what this simply means is that 7, 5 could not be a solution for both of these equations. Okay, so now I'm going to look at your next option. Obviously, that's going to be the answer. So you're going to take 2, 5. Remember, that's your x and your y. You're going to plug it in exactly like I did with the last one. So you're going to do 5 equals 3 times 2 plus 1. 3 times 2 is 6. And I just realized that I wrote it wrong. 2, 7. Oh, Miss Henschel is not fully straight. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Live recording. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. You bring the 1 down, and 6 plus 1 is 7. All right, boys and girls, does 7 equal 7? Yes, of course. Okay, but the kicker is the 2, 7 has to work with both equations. So I'm going to just plug in the 2, 7 again for the second one. So 7 equals 2 plus 5. Okay, simple math here is, as my friend would say, 5 plus 2 is 7. Does 7 equal 7? Why, yes, it does. So therefore, 2, 7, your second choice that I just went through, is your answer. Okay, so if you look at your actual maze, you're going to go to the left-hand side. Left-hand side in your maze. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through another one, and hopefully you're like, man, I got this. But please, please, please show your work on this this sheet that I have for you. This is a great test-taking strategy, whether it be on a test, whether it be on a worksheet, whether it be on the milestones. Okay, so your next equation on your maze is y equals 4x minus 3. And then you also have y equals 3x minus 2. Okay, and it looks like the two options you have are 2, 2 or 1, 1. Okay, pretty simple numbers there. So we're going to do the same exact process. I'm just going to take the first one and plug into 2. Remember, that's your x and y value. So I'm going to do 2, plugging it in. 2 equals 4 times your x, which is 2, minus 3. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 3, 8, 7, 6, 5. Does 5 equal 2? No, sir. So that is not your answer, okay? Looking at the second one, same process. 1, 1. Those are your x and y values. Once again, plug it on in. 1 equals 4 times 1 minus 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Minus 3 is 1. Does 1 equal 1? Yep. Okay, try the second one. So 1 equals 3 times 1 minus 2. 3 minus 2, that is 1. Does 1 equal 1? Yes, sir. So that is your answer, is 1, 1 for the second problem. So the first one was 2, 7, moving left from the start. And then the second problem, you are going down. Okay? So the next problem that you have, you just need to plug in the options. On this one, there's actually 3 options. Pay attention to which way the arrows go. So you're going to plug in for the next problem 5, 1, 3, 19, and 4, 21. And you need to decide which way you're going to go. Okay? If you do this correctly, you should have 2 problems that I already did for you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 problems, not including the finish box. So 13 problems. I did 2. You got 11 more to do. Plug and chug. Just take those values, plug them on in. Show me some sort of work on this sheet that I left you. Thank you guys. I hope you're working well and being good.